A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you are having a pleasant one. With that, I would like to welcome everyone to the Real Talk webinar brought to you by the Excel Academy of Real Estate. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just dipping your toes into the world of real estate, the Real Talk webinar is your golden ticket to learn from industry experts who have navigated the ever-changing estate landscape, gain access to their insider knowledge, and stay ahead of the curve with up-to-date market trends. In this episode, we have the honor of welcoming Mr. Alexander Ang, who is the CEO of Media Funnel Sdn Bhd, and he will go through the content of his talk in the upcoming Conquer Real Estate Sales and Marketing Summit titled Utilizing AI-Powered Tools for Real Estate Digital Marketing Strategies and Techniques. If you have any questions for Mr. Alex, feel free to leave them in the Facebook comment section below, which we'll address in the Q&A section at the end of the show. Without further ado, join me in welcoming Mr. Alex. Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Hi, Naufal. Thank you for those who tuning in today. Just want to share with you a little bit about what to expect during the Conquer Summit. Yeah, and I understand that this is for real estate. For marketing wise, from marketing perspective, is actually the fundamental of everything that you do. If you have a product or services and you want to get across creating what do you call the attraction for the market to come to you, I think marketing is the tool that is going to help you to get there, right? And the goal of marketing, according to Peter Drucker, is to make sales redundant, right? They call it, the term he say is called super forwards. So that's where we want to go. But marketing is not a direct line. It's not a straight line. It's a very complicated, complex. That's the beauty of it, right? Your goal is to create a lot of different touch point through various channels to build awareness, number one, then to create interest, number two, and then to build trust, right? So people will consider after that, right? After they are interested with what you have, they talk to you, and then they want to experience the value of your products. They want to experience the trust, the security when they are chatting with you. So from building awareness to interest to consideration to taking action, that's when we sell. So, but marketing doesn't stop there. Yeah? Marketing doesn't stop there. It's actually there's one more step, which is the advocate part. So advocate also comes from retention, right? So when you have a happy customers or when you have a fans, right? Fans can be customers or can be non-customers. Customer means they buy from you, they experience your quality of the services and products, they talk to people. Spread your goodness, right? What you do, what you have helped them to more people so that more people come to you. The other one is non-customers, right? So non-customer is like your friends. So they may not need your services or people who just genuinely like the way who you are, your character, your values, you are like inspiring leaders. Yeah, but you just also talk to people, right? They will help you spread you as a person or as a business to more people to in order to help you to create this advocate or word of mouth. Therefore, marketing, what I would like to talk to you specifically is the online channels. Most of us would have one more than one. I can almost sure most of us here have more than one social media account, right? Generally, people have at least two or more. Facebook and Instagram, that's one, right? And then they will have TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn. Some are more active, you'll spend more time there. Some you spend less screen time there. So this is what this platform wants. The platform wants all of us to spend more time in their on screen in their own apps, in their own channel. So whoever can captures the time spent on the platform is going to be more valuable for them. So that's why you will see a lot of features and benefits coming out for content creator, because content, that is what keeps people sticking onto the screen, right? Content, updates, and interactive features, right? Like stories or fast paced, what do you call, quick bite-sized content like shorts or TikToks, reels. Yeah, so that's what we are going to do to actually leverage this full thing to help the company or you as a brand. So let me just share my screen and go through with you a bit more about what's happening and where are we heading and what can we do a little bit more about digital marketing. Now, I've been in the industry for more than 9 years now. So I started my company back in 2019 December. So as I move into education, from agency to education, and I realized that the common problems of every business would have is actually quite constant. That means the problem or the challenge that they face are actually couldn't run away from some of these what you call pointers. The first thing that we will always see is that they are overwhelmed with all the technical terms. You see, why digital marketing can be an overwhelming thing for a lot of people because of these technical terms. You have to do it yourself, right? If you want to launch ads, no one is going to help you, like a unless that's why agency comes in, right? Come in. But last time, if you want to publish a article or a what you call advertisement on the radio, on TV, on newspaper. You just give them what you need, what they need, and then they'll just help you broadcast that. That's it. So all the technical side, they will do it for you. So if you were to do it yourself, you'll find it challenging for some people is because of the technical terms and the meaning of existence of these terms and how does it ties back to your business goal. Okay, it's very common. Doesn't matter you are in a like more senior position or you are junior position. Most of them have this issue, including we ourselves. Whenever Facebook, Google make changes, we will have to study the reason behind they introduce this feature and the reason behind they include these metrics to measure a certain campaign performance. Second thing would be you realize that they put in a lot of efforts in doing some marketing work, but little results. Example, creating postings, yeah, creating postings, focusing only on growing followers, likes, but they will realize that whenever they keep doing this, they feel that it's not going to help them in the long run. They put in a lot of effort in creating pictures, posters, videos. They don't get engagement, they don't get followers, and then they have limited budget to run ads. So that's where they feel like whatever they do doesn't seem to work. Yeah. So this is a very true story when I train a group of companies. It's a public listed company. One of their KPI is to produce 10 to 20 posts per month for the company. And then then the management is only focused on likes, subscribe, followers. And when I ask them why do you want to do that? What's the goal actually? What's important to the management? They say it's business. But then they realize that then I asked them, how does business correlate with the numbers of followers? Do you mean that when you have more followers, you're going to make more money? Is it the case? I don't think so, right? It's not the case. Huh? So followers and subscribers is a vanity metrics. That means it's just a number. Even if you have 100,000 of followers, you could have zero sales or very little sales. The point here is not about how many things you do, not your task. It's about tracking, measure the correct metrics to improve and to achieve your marketing goals as a marketing team. Yeah, whether you do it by yourself or you working it with a team or you working with a third party agency. Okay, the summary is don't always focus on the task that you think it could give you the results. We will have to do a reverse engineer about what could we do to get the results. Then we slowly break it down. And you realize that it's not poster, it's not banner, it's not images, it's not how much you post. How good is your caption? No, it's not that. Yeah. Number three, not sure how to fix when the campaign is working. When you run ads, example, you want to do for lead generation campaign, you want to generate more leads for the company. Maybe your cost per lead is expensive. Maybe you don't have a lot of leads. Maybe your conversion has some issue. So when that happens, what do you do? That's the questions, right? That's where we need to fix and identify what's the problem. How can we fix this? So that's when A/B testing comes in. A lot of times, people will just launch one ad at a time, and if you do that, not to say you can't do that, but the downside of doing that, every time there's only one ad go out, only one ad go out, or two, three, four different type of ads go out, but different campaign. There's no comparison for you to see which ads works better. So in the Conquer Summit, I will talk about what should you test, right? What are the things that is important to test out, yeah, in terms of the colors, in terms of the write up, and then which part of write up, and then in terms of the formats of how you present your marketing message to people. So it's not just about one campaign to guarantee a win for your marketing effort. It's not like that. So when it doesn't work, we have to think, what's next? What should we do? How can we scale down, optimize, pause the campaign, or how can we scale it, right? So not sure what to fix when campaign is not working is one issue. What to do if the campaign is working? If the campaign is working, most people will just leave it. Since it's working, just leave it. But actually, there's another way to do it, which is to scale the campaign. Since it is good, since it gives you a lot of conversions or ROI, if you can track that, then you realize that, hey, why not we scale more? Why not we put in more budget towards that? Majority people will not do that. They will just leave it as it is until it dies, yeah, until it gets at fatigues. So I will address how can we actually solve all these issues, all right, during the summit. The other problem that a lot of people have is they couldn't cope with the speed of change. Do you know how often Facebook make changes? How often Google make changes? It's every single month. Yeah. So every single month they may have a small little updates. And then probably when media announce there's an update, it's actually a big update. Okay. So if you follow the documentation, there's a lot of things going on every single month. And one month is not just one thing that make changes, it's a lot of things. Some of the things is not important for us, some is important, some we need to take note. And we want to actually understand why are they making all these changes. So it's like reading the news, just that now you are reading more news. Keep yourself updated on what's happening on Google, Facebook, because people are dynamic, right? Dynamic creature. And platform cannot be just stay where it is. And it is because it's also very competitive. So they have so many social media platforms. So who is going to win? Who is going to get more screen time from their users? That is the ultimate winner for the companies. Speed of change, no doubt. If you are not a marketing people, like a market agency, you have sales you need to do, you have to paperwork you need to do. You are not completely involved in marketing activities, but you still need to keep yourself updated. Is a challenging part. Therefore, what's the solution? Is to understand the fundamental of how people behave, how marketing works, so that even you, when you become a leader or when you're in the leadership positions, managing director, CEOs, you have a team, you know what's going on, you know the fundamental is always there. So tactically, it's just different. The UI UX is just different, but the fundamental of the whole marketing concept is always the same. So we will study a little bit about humans' behavior. We study a little bit about statistics about what Malaysians do when they are online. So I will share with you all these statistics reports where you can find it for free. You can download and you can have a brainstorm with your team whenever you come when you come to the Conquer Summit. Yeah. So it's just me. Of course, we have another two to three very powerful and high track record trainers to give you an idea of how can you do that too. Not sure what to measure your campaign? Yeah, I mentioned a little bit about that just now already. Campaign is there's no meaning if you couldn't track. If you cannot track, you cannot duplicate, you cannot systemize it, you cannot process it, there's no way for you to make it become an SOP, and you cannot duplicate the next 001 or your next powerful talent or someone who is going to take over some of your role. You see, when we do our work, when we want to grow our career or grow our business, we need to make sure we have someone to take over, right? So that you can continue to achieve more things, get more resources. There's so much things that we can only do within this period of time in our lifetime. So it is always good to learn how do you actually measure your marketing campaign. So that's always the must thing to discuss when you're in the meeting with your team. Okay. So in your team meeting, you must always understand that if you want to do this campaign, what's our KSI, key success index, not KPI. Actually, I just made this up. KSI, key success index, right? On how are we going to measure that we know that we are successful? What are the metrics? If you run Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, doesn't matter what social media platforms or search engine platform, there's a lot of metrics to see. There's a data inflow coming to you. But the problem is, how can we make it into a insight, informative, informative or information to give us a sense of what should we do next step, a recommendation, how can we improve our campaign. So that is what is important. So knowing how to measure and understand the value of the data is only can give you the leverage. All of us have the data that we can see. When you post some things on TikTok shop, on your Instagram business profile, you will see how many people view, how many people tap on your profile, how many people save, share, things like that. So next, then we ask, so what? What's the next step for this data? Some is very important, some is not important. That it depends. That will depends on what do you prioritize in this case, right? Always in try and error mode. This is very familiar for most of the people. When you don't know what to fix, right? Then you're always in this try and error mode. You never know what is the correct way to do it. That is because the fundamental part that I mentioned just now is not. When your base is strong, yeah, leveraging the experience that you have and the knowledge of you gain from your industry plus AI, it's going to help you reduce to almost non-existent of try error mode anymore. When we do try error, we call it speed testing. But speed testing, there's a timeline. It's not like we're speed testing this whole thing for like 1-2 months. Yeah, you can if you are planning for a business strategically. Yeah. But if you're thinking in the short term for leads, for sales, then split test becomes very fast paced. 1 day, 2 day, 3 days, we should know whether the campaign works for us, right? So if you are always feeling or experiencing that not sure what to do, or whenever you get a report, you feel you just don't know, then you try another thing, which doesn't have any connection, then you will burn out eventually. You will frustrated, and then most people tend to give up. So that's why agency actually comes in. So for those who working with an agency, I guess the only downside is the communication part. So it's not whose fault. It's about how both of you can come in together, communicate and align, so that the vendor itself, okay, or the client, or let's say you engage an agency, is our part to make sure they understand what do we need. And then we will also get advice from an agency says that, hey, so what can you tell me more? What can we do? What's your expert's opinion? All right. So communicating with third-party agency is similar to communicating with the head of department or bosses or your colleagues or the junior. When I do a lot of consulting work for companies, especially companies who have their own internal marketing teams, one of their biggest challenge is they are not able to communicate effectively to the management. When they want to do a certain campaign, when they want to present their idea, the management will just either reject or they just feel like they are not convinced enough. But whose fault? Is it the management fault or is the executional team? Actually, it's not both. It's actually both of them have very limited knowledge. And when management asks questions like, so how do you propose this idea? And how does this idea goes back to the company's KPI objectives? Then the execution team not sure how to answer. Or sometimes the execution team know what to do, but they don't know how to present it or don't know how to explain it in a way that can convince the management. So communication is actually part and parcel of our life. So we have been communicating for many thousands of years. The thing that we want to do this for digital marketing is not just about doing, but it's also ability to communicate, turning difficult ideas or complex ideas or measurement into a layman understanding. Okay, so that part, I believe, if you are able to solve all this problem, and I can almost guarantee you that you will see performance, productivity, profits will go up. Yeah, and it will link, and then it can help other departments also. That is the 7 core challenges that I will want to talk about this during the Conquer Summit. Yeah. So when you come to the Conquer Summit, I will show you some videos. I show you some demos of how to use AI as a base. Yeah. So we will talk about using text to text. Text to text means you input a certain keywords, asking ChatGPT to give you some ideas, and then how to refine it to give you a better prompts. So we will need to learn a little bit about prompt engineering. Yeah? Things this is called prompt engineering, where we want to manage the AI tools to improve our what we call our productivity, and then help us save us a lot of time by giving us a good reference. So we talk about using AI as a base to give prompt input output, right? So this is called text to text. And then we have AI. We have also have text to image, right? So I'm not sure if you have tried things like Midjourney, Microsoft Designer tools, Canva. They have this new text to image, okay, to help you create images by just typing text. The only problem is we are not sure how can we explain or describe this picture. Okay, so when Midjourney first came out, if you are a photographer, then you will know actually what to type. But if you are an artist in the drawing world, maybe you will know like oil painting, ultra realistic model, what else? Diffusion model. You know, these types of, and then what do you call the equipment, the lenses that they use, what type of lens, how many millimeter. This is not what we learn if we are not in the industry. So how can we create a quality, high quality text to image if we are not the photographer or people who are in this area, right? So that's where we go back to ChatGPT, ask them to do it for us. But text to image, it's a very good way to help us to prepare ourselves in the future. You may not need it now. I don't see a lot of people are using text to image for marketing, except for people who are very what do you call no time. If they are really no time, or when they really don't have what they call marketing design sense, that part, then they'll use text to image to help them. Okay. So text to video is another one where you just type a text and then the video clips will come out. So the imagination, future, it should be something like when you type a script and then it will come produce a video for you, just like that, text to video. So whenever you type in text, the video will come out. Can be a long short. Generally, it's a short form video. So Canva is working on that. If you buy Canva Pro, yeah, you will have all this access. And one is text to voice, where we can actually create text and then put in the script. The AI is going to tell you to read out the text based on the voice that you want them to have. Example, you want Gordon Ramsay to talk about your script. You want yourself. Yeah, so it's called AI voice. Basically, you just need to update your voice put inside, and then they process your voice. So AI is going to produce your voice. You just need to type in the text, and then they will speak using your voice. That's called text to voice. So I will also share with you during the summit how can you use this for bigger, broader plan for your marketing work, and what's the downside, what's the pro, what's the downside, okay, and where to find it. So all these things is going to helpful to you after the Conquer Summit. And then nowadays, last time, if you want to create a landing page, we will work with other people or you get engaged agency, right? It's difficult because it's quite technical. If you are not what they call well prepared about how landing page should be, so now AI can do it for you. So if you go to a apps, right, they you can just type create a landing page about this is this industry with this is this offer, and then they'll just give you all the layout. They just generate, and then there you can use it. Of course, this is an easy way. Now, there's another easy way is to use template. So template is one of the easiest way to help you create a landing page or website. Now, of course, template is not AI, but it serves as a good reference. Yeah. So in the Conquer Summit, I will take a look and see what are the questions that people have. Then I'll share with you some tools, some ideas on how you can actually find a high quality landing page for reference, including a website. Then text to pitch deck. Okay, so if you are not sure how to you do a pitching deck, how do you design a pitching for presentation, for getting clients, this AI tools will help you. So this is some of the 6 things that can actually help you improve your overall marketing performance and productivity and overall efficiency. Always remember, AI is not the everything. Yeah? AI is not everything. How do you use AI is more important than just AI itself. We know that AI is a tool. So who use it? We human use it. So it is our responsibility to learn how can we input high quality prompt and then learn a little bit about the jargon. See, you have digital marketing jargon, then there's AI jargon. Some of the things that we have to learn in order to help us to move forward faster. So that's the trend that's going to change our lives. Yeah. So I will encourage you together. We can do this. Yeah. AI can incorporate into a lot of tools. Other than sharing with you one of the tools that you can use and using AI as a base, and I will show you some examples of how AI is using it for incorporate into tools, yeah, like AI plus CRM, AI plus web builder tools, AI plus customer service tool, AI plus ads. Some of this platform or some of these tools is still in baby stage. It's not like a very mature, superpower stage. But it is good for us to know what's coming for us. So AI CRM tools is like you can pre-write an email templates directly inside the CRM tools, and then they can help you do a what you call AI voice, not voice, the what you call the mouth syncing when you produce a video directly from the CRM. Yeah, so it has few of these features that you can use, and then AI plus SEO, creating articles based on with SEO keywords inside using AI robot, and then AI plus content marketing using AI to help you create scripts, create what you call ideas formats. We'll talk more about this. And then AI plus data analytics. Ask AI what does that mean. So AI is going to give you insights. If you are not sure how do we read the data, so AI is going to tell you what does that mean. AI is going to tell you, hey, when you see this and this metrics, when you have high reach, high impression, high CPM, what could it mean, and what can we do better? So AI can help you give you some ideas about what's happening in your campaign and how you can solve it. Okay, so I hope this session give you an overview about how the AI plus marketing plus the tools slash software is going to take your marketing to the next level. Now, a lot of people may feel like so overwhelming, so many things to do. Actually, it's not. It's not. Like I say, as long as you learn the fundamental, the rest is just bit by bit by bit by bit. It looks like there's so many things to do, and it is, and you cannot stop, right? When if you're in the business, you know that business always move forward. If you don't move forward, how you work on a business, if you don't grow, someone else will replace us, right? So it can be a new threat entrance, or it can be the supplier side or the consumer side, or the threats of replacement. So these Michael Porter's five forces, as already mentioned, that business, how a business will be shaped will be based on these five different forces. Okay. So I will also go through a little bit about the pillars of digital marketing. And these are the ones that will never get outdated. As long as you have all this in mind, it's going to give you a safer, what they call, priority of what should you do next. So you don't have to be always chasing the new shining object. Yeah. So these eight pillars has been proven for many years, hundreds of years, and then has been 20, 30 years, and is still going, is staying, it's not dead. This type of pillars is not going to end. So content marketing is here to stay, and content marketing is one of the best way to help you build influence, authority. If you want to build a brand, IP brand, so it's not about how much money you can burn through the billboards, in the radio, talk show, in the TV. It's not like that. With Even if you have limited budget, you can use it through social media, right? So creating a short video is free. Creating an account, your channel is free. All right. So if you can produce high quality content for your audience, and then you will become the expert in the industry. Hence your brand go up. So we talk about this more when we go to the Conquer Summit. And then digital advertising. So not everything is free. Yeah? If you want to get organic reach results, then you will need to have what? You need to have what you call a exchange time with your work. So if you don't have the time, then we will use the money, right? Advertising. You run ads to get more, to control who you want to see your ads and how these ads is going to impact your customers. So running content marketing may not just be enough. So sometimes, a lot of times, in fact, we will need to run ads to test the market. And then we also talk about social media marketing. How can we use social media to generate leads and sales? This is very effective for sales advisor. Instead of going to the street, knock door by door by door by door, what do? We being social online. If instead of going to events, networking, you just go on online and being social with other people. Then we also have email marketing. So a lot of times we collect our email marketing email addresses, we put in the master list. So does that work? Not really. Yeah? So another way to leverage your database is to put them in the CRM so that you can communicate, retain all your customers and what do you call, not just customers, but also your prospects inside. So communicating with them through email is going to increase the LTV of your customer base, right? LTV, it stands for lifetime value plus the frequency of purchase. So you spend so much time to create content, to run ads, all the money and time gone just to collect a community, a groups of people who say, hey, I'm interested. So let's not waste this group of people. We want to keep them together and build community, right? And email marketing can actually help you. Of course, Telegram, WhatsApp group, this is another way. So email marketing is actually also a very powerful way to do this. Yeah. Website optimization is where we want to follow Google best practices to help you to optimize your website. So website is not just published for yourself or for customers, but you also have to keep search engine in mind so that they can index your website and then they can rank your website in the first page of Google when someone looks for you. So having a website is not enough. We must optimize the website for speed, for user friendliness, all right? And to make sure content is there and people can see us based on the keywords they type. Then we will talk a little bit about the search marketing. Yeah, search marketing. So people type in the keywords, and then how can we find a better keywords and how can we create a PPC campaign that's effective? And then data analytics. So all those things that you do should have a place, a template where you can track and then monitor. And last but not least, to improve our overall conversion rate. How can I turn more visitors to leads? How can I turn more leads to sales? What can I do to improve the whole conversion part for our marketing program? So 8 pillars of digital marketing. Keep this in mind, and it's going to be helpful to you. All right. So this is a statistics for Malaysian January 2023 daily time spent with media. Average Malaysians spend 8 hours on the internet. Now, on the internet can means a lot of things, right? And particularly the one that we want to see is the time spent using social media. Average, they spend about 2 hours, 47 minutes. So during this time, there's a lot of things going on. So they just put in their screen and watch, yeah, and consume content on social media. That's where we use ads to create awareness, to build interest. So 2 hours, 47 minutes is very long. So there's a lot of things that we can do during this time. And then the reason for people are using internet, this is Malaysian especially. So number one, finding information. So I always ask this, information, could that mean information about your business, about your services? Do you have enough information for people to access? Whether it's Google, Bing, or social media channels. Keeping up to date with news and events. Yeah, so a lot of people spend time on watching news, keeping themselves updated. Not news and events doesn't mean just news and events out in the world, but also whose news, your friends' news, family news, right? So that's where it comes to the third one, staying in touch, see what they do, give them comment, share, talk to each other. Okay, so that's some of the main reasons why Malaysian use it. Of course, yeah, watching video, researching how to do things. See, all this is important. And we want to think, okay, if this is the statistics, all right, I know people's behavior. So what else can we do? Can we improve to actually, based on what people are doing right now, how can we show up more in the digital space? Okay, so that's all from my presentation, and let's see if there's any questions. And of course, if you have any questions, you want to ask more, you want to let us know during the Congress Summit. Welcome, and I look forward to seeing you also. And you can also ask here any questions or concern or challenges that you face in the marketing space. And let me see if I can give you some of my input. Yeah, because we run agency, I own an agency, and my team is the one who do the work. And what I share with you is what we do every single day. And my role is to transfer out our agency's learning to impact more people like you, individual or business, to actually, I think that's one of the best way to spread, because agency cannot scale, right? Agency cannot scale because if we were to tie it up to do the work for one client, we cannot help more people. So I always be thinking, how can I actually transfer the knowledge out? That's when I work with Excel Academy, and then to bring you these types of knowledge and insights to help more people as much as I can. All right. So I'm going to pause this and stop share, and I will pass back to Naufal, and you let me know any questions or any Q&A, anyone asking questions that we
All
need
right,
to
thank you for that
buy.
review, Mr. Alex. So for the first question, we have a question from Mr. Alex Fu. Uh, PPC or CEO first? What should we prioritize?
If you ask me, if time and budget is allowed, both. PPC is instant, fast. SEO, time, right? Now this is if you split out PPC, you pay because that's why it will go up, right? SEO, it takes time. If you do it organically, 6 months, could be up to 1 year, depending on the competitiveness of the keyword in your industry. So there's another way to look at it, hybrid. Okay, you don't have to spend a lot, So what can we do? That means you do SEO at the same time you run PPC campaign for your website to quickly boost up your SEO ranking. Okay, so it can be PPC or, yeah, if you ask me, if ideally it should be PPC and SEO, because SEO is free, right? Bring you constant traffic without you even paying, but you need time and effort to exchange to earn that reward and traffic from Google. So SEO can also help you reduce advertising costs. If you run PPC, the downside, even though the pro side is you can quickly get people in, but eventually you realize that when competition comes in, the PPC will go up, costs will go up. So what's next? That's SEO comes in, right? So I hope I answer your questions.
All right, thank you, sir. Next will be a question from Ms. Mizadi. Could you share some success stories or examples of real estate companies that have benefited from AI-powered marketing tools?
A good question, Amiza. I have yet to see any company who are really using AI power marketing tools. Um, as far as I see, I don't really see the adoption of AI tools actually in Malaysia. It's still very early, and if you ask me, I don't really see even a company, right? Not just real estate, it's like a company doesn't really comes to my mind right now. But in the US, they are. So for example, AI marketing power tools. How do they do is they use it more for analytics. So this one is more about fractional property. So when they input the data of a location, and then they will have AI to model the data to tell, okay, if I want to sell this properties, what should be the value be? Because not just following the bank value and the market value, they will look at the whole data in the area itself. So that's how they're using the AI tools to do analytics to collect data for the buyers. For marketing tools, um, the basic one would be more for agent. So they use ChatGPT, right? So that's the easy one. And then they also use Bard, Google, to help them look for keywords for them to rank, right? So using Bard, Google is an AI tool also. So I'll explain more during the summit to actually come out with a table format about keywords that they should target when they want to run ads. Okay, so it's more on personal thing. So it's not at a company as a whole. So at least from what I know. But if you've seen it, you can share with me. Then I can go study and then I share with you what I see from my perspective. Okay, good questions. Good question.
Thank you, sir. Next, a question from Nur Atun. How important is it for real estate professionals to stay updated with the latest AI trends and technologies in the industry?
How important? I think is for everyone, every industry. You see, if you don't grow, there's a saying from the General Electric. Who's the guy name? I forgot what's the name already. But the CEO of our General Electric, he says, if you are not growing, if the rate of growing from the outside is faster than the inside, that's when we start dying, right? World evolves, technology evolves. So
Mm,
if we don't leverage or learning aware, at least aware and test out how this can help us, it's very easy for people to replace our industry. So it's not just yours, it's the same as mine. If I only do digital marketing and I don't use AI, so sooner or later our business is going to be replaced by other people who are using AI. So people will say you will not get replaced by AI, but you will get replaced by people who are using AI. Okay, so start now. Okay, start now, and we still have time because it's still a baby stage. Yeah, and I believe it's going to be very very helpful to you in the long run. So that's a net positive. It's not going to be negative for impact in your industry. So when you learn this, it's going to be net positive to whatever you want to achieve. Okay, thank you for questions. Good questions.
All right, thanks, sir.
Right. Next one.
I believe this is the last question we have for today by Shikin Sharon. How does AI help in analyzing market trends and making data-driven decisions in real estate?
Okay. Now, for beginners, we don't go into the technical side of AI. So just now, I think I answer using the case. You can use AI tools from Google and from Bing to get keywords that people are typing now about certain keywords. So you can go to Bart, yeah, later you can try, but Google and says, hey, I am promoting these projects in Mont Kiara, and the project is how much, and then this project is called what. Can you give me a list of keywords that people are searching for the past 12 months in a table format that I can use to actually create content related to the keywords and run some Google ads perhaps for the keywords. So the AI is going to pull the data from you. So this data is going to give you idea, right, on how you want to do next. So where does the data come from? The data comes from a tool from Google called Keyword Planner. If you are in the marketing industry, Google PPC, there's this tool called Keyword Planner where Google have all the data of what people are typing and how competitive it is if you want to run Google ads. Okay, so that one is just tools. But if you want to access that tool, it's a bit difficult unless you run ads, Google ads. So if you're not running Google ads and you still want to have access, then this bot can actually help you to do that. Yeah, so this is one way. The second way you can do is if you saw a content that you think is very powerful, it can be caption, okay? Or when you run a campaign that is very successful in your own judgment measurement, you can put those data inside back to Bing, Google, and then you ask them, you give them the metrics, say, I think this works very well for us. This is the metrics. How many clicks, how many leads, how many conversion we have. And this is the caption that we use. This is the picture that we use. Can you explain a bit more why and how can I create a similar one? So this is called using AI as a coach to help you to see what else can this tool can you duplicate the similar campaigns, right? To improve your probability of winning, creating winning ads in the market. So this is just some cases where you can use AI and it's free. Yeah. So it's very good. Doesn't matter you're using as a company, you don't have to pay a lot, right? For company. Now you can just in front of your desk, just do it as individual. Okay. Thank you for the question, Shiken. Good.
All right, thank you, sir. I think that's all for today. Uh, we have now reached the end. With that, I would like to invite all of you. Just give me a sec.
Nafa, you are sharing something or
Yes, please give me a second while I share my
oh
screen.
okay. Okay, so meantime, hope to see you in the Conquer Summit and think Nafa will talk about this. All right. Okay, back to you.
All right, so yeah, with that, I would like to invite all of you to the Conquer Real Estate Sales and Marketing Summit, Strategies for Success in the Digital Age, happening on the 13th December 2023 from 9:30 to 5 p.m. at the Atlanta Ballroom Armada Hotel Petaling Jaya. So for the first session, we have our very own Mr. Alexander, um, who will be speaking on the utilizing AI-powered tools for real estate digital marketing strategies and techniques. Second session will be Miss Gayatri, also on AI and marketing. And lastly, we have for session three, we have Mr. Taco Hedinga, who will be speaking more on sales and uh, techniques, sales techniques in the real estate for real estate agents. So if you're interested to join us for this, please contact any of our sales rep or visit our website at realestate.excelacademy.my or visit our official Facebook page, which is Excel Academy of Real Estate. Once again, I would like to thank you, Mr. Alex, for that great preview just now, and all of you for tuning in today. We hope to see you in the Conquer Sales and Marketing Summit. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. See you all.